Yo, big aloha and welcome to Real Talk Hip Hop Hawaii. I'm your host, Jason, coming to you from Inside Out Universe Studios in Haiku, Maui. Got a special guest to you for today. Got Jasonix, Buzz Boogaloo from the Mo'ila Pillars in the house. Yeah, represent.
What up? Holds it. Jason Tavares, a.k.a. Buddha Buzz, Buzz Juan, Boogaloo, Buzz Boogaloo, affectionately called by all my partners out there. Aloha, everybody. What's up, Jason? Thanks for having me, Brian. Inside Out Universe, broadcasting live from Haiku Cannery.
Yeah,
deep in the guava bushes in the rainforest of Maui.
Definitely. Pleasure to have this hip-hop Hawaii legend in here.
Oh. Yeah.
The pillar of the community over here.
Yo, this is Tasha used to tease us when he first came up with the name Mo'ila Pillars. Say, you're the pillars of the community. You guys are such upstanding citizens. Yes, we are, and we have good music.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your music. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know out there.
Hey, yeah, right on, man. Been doing music for a long time, since 14 years old. Always just felt a passion for words and music, and started out doing my own thing. First hooked up with DJ Blast from Chilltown Productions and my man Danny One on Oahu. And then from there, evolved into the High State family with the Humanakas and Six Sense and Uklada Mock and Mr. Rios and a whole bunch of other people. And then eventually officially formed Mo'ila Pillars with my man DJ Jesse Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yup, and my man Aja and a bunch of other people. Yup.
That's what's up.
And then we started Blaisdell Studio in Fort Street Mall about 2003, I want to say 2004. So we had a run with that studio till about 2011. Put out 3 full-length LPs and a bunch of different side projects and mixtapes.
Yeah.
Also with High State Family, we came out with an album called Freestylian Species, which made a big splash and influenced a lot of what came to be known as High State hip-hop after that. Actually, our crew coined the term High State. Also, the Humanakas came out with an album that made a lot of noise. Actually helped us get into the Source magazine at one point.
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
And so, yeah, just a lot of different pieces to the story, but in a nutshell, that's kind of what's up. Yep.
That's what's up. And how did Mo'ila Pillars come about, like the group and the name?
Yeah, so we were part of the High State family. We were doing that for a number of years, doing shows, doing weeklies, making a name for ourselves, doing different things. And at a certain point, we kind of paused for a little bit, and then we were rejuvenated. Me and DJ Fame, and kind of been working together, and decided, let's come out with a statement. Let's do this. Let's come out with some albums. And so DJ Fame's apartment was in Mo'ili, which is a neighborhood in Honolulu. At that time, also previously to that, a lot of hip hop in Honolulu was happening in Mo'ili, Pucks Alley area. Whether it was weeklies at Pucks Alley or in the neighborhood, whether it's Two Grooves Record in Pucks Alley, but also even before that, the main dude that used to record us is my man DJ Danny One Garcia. His studio was in Mo'ili, and that was ground zero for a lot of stuff that happened with groups like the Naked Natives. Also Lyrical Buzz, and anybody who wanted to get up was coming to check Danny back then, and that all happened in Mo'ili. So fast forward to like maybe 2002, me and Fame really decided that we want to go on a mission, and we were in Mo'ili in this apartment. At the same time, we were studying different things with Sufi philosophy and theology, which is related to Muslim beliefs in Islam, and Islam, their principles and characteristics, they actually call them the pillars. And then as far as being Illa, we took Mo'ili, turned it to Mo'ila, because slang-wise in hip-hop, Illa is when something is dope. Mm-hmm. So all that just combined, and then we came up with the word Mo'ila Pillars, and it had a ring to it.
Oh, definitely has a ring for sure.
So yeah, so that's all how Mo'ila Pillars came about, and that's what the meaning of the name is.
Legendary.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
That's
respect.
what's up.
Respect.
Yeah, definitely much respect. And you've seen a lot and been through a lot. Been a part of the hip hop scene in Hawaii for a long time. And what kind of influenced you to be a part of hip hop and make hip hop?
Yeah, early on in life, I was born in Maui, Hawaii, and then my family at that time lived way out past Twin Falls in deep in the country in the guava bushes. My folks went their separate ways, and I found myself living smack dab in the middle of downtown Honolulu. This is in the early 80s, right about the time that we started becoming aware of b-boying and hip-hop culture. So within whatever was going on in my life as a young child, and then and whatever I was feeling, this new form of expression came about, and I just naturally fell into it. And I've identified myself as hip-hop ever since.
For sure. Hip-hop saves lives, for sure.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of people out there.
Yes, sir.
Without hip-hop and music, definitely would not be a better place for them.
Yeah. Even you look into the origins of hip-hop, it provided a alternate to a lot of other things that kids in cities or just kids in general are doing. So it definitely provided an alternative to those less healthy choices and less healthy behaviors. And then even now, in a hip hop community, a la Zulu Nation, the main organization, our understanding of really what hip hop is, it's really very deep, and it is really a savior in a lot of ways. Yes, sir.
So you've been in the hip-hop community for a long time. You've seen a lot of stuff, done a lot of shows. Is there any highlights that you want to tell us about that have happened?
Forget standing on stage opening up for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Whew,
that was epic.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then during the sound check, I got to see ODB face to face. And like I said, I'm 5'7" with shoes on, and ODB was shorter than me. So physically in stature, he wasn't a very big dude. But really, it's a testament to hip-hop because his energy and his spiritual, energetic stature was, larger than 20, giants. This guy was phenomenal. So I will never forget that. Shoot, man, there was a show with the Roots. They played for like 4 hours straight, and Rozelle beatboxed for like 1 hour of the show, and that was epic. I'll never forget that. There was another crazy show with a bunch of all-stars, including Corrupt and including Slick Rick, which is one of my all-time favorite MCs. That is the art of storytelling right there, like him and Outkast say. But he opened up his show by having look like a ring girl, like a diva, come out with a platter full of gold chains, and he took them off one by one and just draped himself in gold, and we just all went crazy.
Classic.
Yeah, that was classic.
That's some pimp shit right there.
Yeah, it was just so much. I'll never forget one time after E40 played, him and his brother and stuff were walking down a ramp of some hole in the wall club in the Ala Moana Kemoku area. Like by the Korean bars and everything. And so they're walking down the ramp going to wait for the ride. And so me and my cousin Josh Lindsay walked up to 40 and said, "Hey, 40 water." It's like, 40, you the kingpin of slang, man. And he was just looking at us like, this is little white boys. Said, 40, you the kingpin of slang, and you gave everybody slang. And I got something for you. And he fell back and looked at me like, his brothers were like looking like, do we need to regulate this kid? And I said, no, for real. You the slanguage godfather, but check this out. I got one for you. You know what you call smart marketing? And he said, what? I said, you call that smarketing. And he just got a smile on his face. Smarketing, that's kind of tight. And 2 weeks later, this is a true story, fam. He was doing an interview in New York City promoting his new album at the time, which was like that the 2-part album that he came out with. And in the interview, they asked him about the 2-part album, and he said, that's just smart that's just marketing. I was like, oh, the godfather of slang, use the slang. Oh,
that's what's up.
There's just so much, Jocelyn. I could tell you stories and stories and stories over a 6-pack in the backyard.
That's what's up.
But that's some of the few that come to mind right quick. I remember when we were kids, we got to see Cypress Hill and House of Pain perform live at Aloha Tower. Man, that was just off the hook because we worshiped them guys. And then, growing up and then venturing off to Cali. One time, me and my partner, Kiri Case, went to a house party in the Valley in L.A., and we got the cipher with Freestyle Fellowship and a Good Life Cafe.
Wow.
And this is the same summer that Inner City Griots came out with. And Inner City Griots Freestyle Fellowship was just like revolutionized the whole art of rhyming at that time.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. That's a great album. Classic album.
Yeah. And then in Puck's Alley, there was weeklies during the 90s and the early 2000s. there's just so much era and times that just served as the foundation and the groundwork for a lot of what came out later, and stuff like that. And so I moved through a lot of those years through the 90s and the 2000s, with the High State fam, which is Humanakas. Eventually, out of Humanakas, we got what the world became to know as Tasho Pierce. Ukladamak is also from the High State fam. VM, we eventually became Mo Illa Pillars. VM originally started out as a tagging crew, and then we went into hip hop. Groups like Six Sense, and even there's a ska band called Go Jimmy Go. If anybody's familiar, they're also High State fam.
That's what's up.
Yep, and even one of our homies from Humanakas, Ha'o Kawai'aya, it's called Copy Out Arts. He did all 3 of the album covers for the Mo Illa Pillars. And he went on to become an award-winning artist, and even got to see President Obama because of invited to the White House because of a book that him and his son wrote.
That's big. That's cool.
So yeah, that's some of the stuff that comes to mind right off the top, Justin.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, let's talk about some of the artwork too.
So yeah, the first album was Raps to the Max, and it was based off the book Pigeon to the Max. And Pigeon to the Max was a book that came out in the 80s. It's kind of a humorous book. But the purpose of Pigeon to the Max was it provided kind of an explanation or a dictionary to non-808 folks about Pidgin English. So in the same way, our first album, we called it Raps to the Max. And what our mission was with Raps to the Max was kind of introducing people not familiar with Hawaii or even Hawaii urban culture or even Hawaii hip-hop culture to what Hawaii hip-hop culture was. Also at the same time with Raps to the Max, we wanted to make authentic hip-hop truly coming from an 808 perspective. Previously, the Mo Illa Pillars, we did have Southern Rush represented for the sovereignty movement and the Kanaka Mo'olis. But generally, most people in Hawaii who are doing 808 hip-hop, we're trying to kind of, not copy, but kind of styling themselves after continental United States hip-hop. And Hawaii didn't really have its own sound per se, in our opinion. So with Raps to the Max, we really wanted to do authentic hip-hop and really create a sound that when you listen to it, there was no doubt that these guys, these beats, these rhymes are coming out of Hawaii. So in the sounds we use in the music, in the slang we use in our rhyme, that was our mission with Raps to the Max.
That's what's up,
kind of in the same vein as Pigeon to the Max.
That's what's up. Yeah, I like that. I like the symbology. I like everything about it. It's what's up. So
all 3 of the album covers were done by Ha'o from the Humanakas. And so the first one, we're just standing in front of the turntables, and it's all of Pigeon to the Max. The second one, we're standing on a block in Mo'ili, right in front of Puck's Alley. And if you notice, the bus doesn't have wheels. It's like a space bus. And for the very keen observers, if you look in the corner of the skyline, there's a UFO. Then on the third album, it's kind of we've blasted off. We're in the atmosphere, and it's just we're in the solar system,
higher consciousness.
Yeah. And so we've got symbology of our consciousness and our lifestyle
and the growth of the movement for sure. That's what's up. Yeah. You can see it too. Each album too has a whole like kind of progression too of you guys' evolution as MCs and musicians and stuff. It's really good. Yeah, respect. I like it a lot. Everything you guys have done for the hip-hop movement has definitely inspired people. And
mahalo, Jason. You've always, ever since the first day I met you, man, you all show mad love, mad respect, and appreciate that. Salute to you, sir.
Definitely. Thank you.
Inside Out Universe.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and you guys got a real good thing going here in Haiku. Who would have known? People wouldn't even drive through this parking lot. And I don't want to give away too much, but, it's going on in places where you might not even guess, Yeah.
We're out here. That's what's
up.
On
the guava bushes. Yep.
Hawaii hip hop movement in the house.
808, High State 08.
Yeah.
Is there? Keep it fly.
So, speaking of hip hop movement in Hawaii, you've seen it come and go. You've seen it grow. You've seen. What do you think is in the future? And what are you planning? Like, what do you think of the up and coming MCs? Like,
there's a lot of fresh blood. It's never gonna stop, dude. Hip hop won't die. It just multiplies. But yeah, I follow. I don't get out as much as I like to. I'm in a different phase of life right now, but I try to keep up to speed of what's going on and the fresh energy and what people are excited about, and especially in the last few years, there's some real good stuff happening. I mean, not just in Hawaii, but generally in hip hop. There's a lot of young movements, man. There's a lot of people who want to get back to back to basics and ground himself with the fundamentals.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm loving a lot of what I see.
A lot of independent movements and stuff too, for sure.
When we were growing up, our idea of how it was to quote unquote make it was that you're just gonna be dope. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna destroy all the ciphers, and then some magical angel or fairy called an A&R is gonna come and pluck you up and take you to the promised land. But then in the era with definitely E40 comes to mind, and then Master P, and then really with Wu-Tang Clan, they really came with a new model, with an independent model that you didn't need to rely on a fairy called an A&R no more. And it really put the power of hip-hop back in the hands of the streets and back in the hands of the neighborhood. And then with the digital era and with technology and all the digital platforms we have now, it's just really taking the game out of the industry hands and put it on a whole nother level now.
Yeah. Anybody has access to the same resources to that.
Yeah, and it's like a gift and a curse because, there's positive aspects and negative aspects.
Yeah. You can have some Joe Schmo put out an album and never have rapped a show or anything. And then there's people that are only playing live and don't have an online presence too.
Sure. So it can go
so
both
many
ways.
dynamics, yeah.
So you just got to use marketing and be smart about it.
Yeah, it's marketing. E40.
Yeah. Shout out to E40, the Don God MC. Yep.
So being like such a developed artist, do you have any...
I don't know about all that.
You have any advice for any up-and-coming artists or people wanting to get into hip-hop in Hawaii?
Well, that's respect for asking me that question. I don't know if consider myself in a position to give advice, but if anybody's thinking about getting into music or really making it their life, just make sure you do it for the right reasons. Just be real to yourself and why you're doing it. If it's motivation by material, benefit or popularity or gain, then I don't really want to hear from you, man. But if you're motivated because you really got something inside of you, you really got something to offer to the world, and most of all, you're really coming from a place that's you, or an original place, and you have a sound that represents you, and you're really coming from your own personhood, then by all means, man, let the world know what you're about and come out with your style, because it's lacking, man. Original styles is lacking, and copycat, duplicating, like, how do you say, like, carbon copy stuff is just kills the whole game, man. So that's the opposite of what the world needs as far as music and art, with hip hop and just in general. So just, hey, man, if you really have something to say that's really you, and it's not coming from anybody else, it's really coming from inside, you don't let anything stop you. Just go get it, man. Just go get it.
That's what's up. Yeah. If you're listening out there, go get it.
Go get it. Yeah. This might not be really part of the interview, but did you ever hear of these guys called Jidenna and Wonderland? There's something that I've never seen in hip hop. The last thing I saw that was similar to it was what Andre 3000 was trying to do after he separated from Outkast.
Yeah. Real kind of artsy, avant-garde.
Yeah, on a Renaissance tip, dude. But I just was watching some interviews with these guys last time. And it's kind of like the generation who's inspired as children by, like, I guess Barack Obama, dude. Like an Obama generation, dude. Is like coming out, and even I think of Lupe Fiasco and Common and what they were trying to do with music, which was to make intelligence and make being cultured and civilized cool, which even you can dig those roots back to like the Nation of Islam and actually a lot of the founding organizations that led into what became the Zulu Nation and what became hip hop.
Knowledge definitely is is one of the elements of hip hop that I think a lot of people have forgotten, and that definitely the difference between hip hop and rap too. Hip hop is something you live, and then rap is something you do. KRS-One
said. With KRS-One and Hip Hop Temple, I'm inspired by all of that and using a lot of the same fundamental philosophies and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, in the 90s and in the early millennium, there was a rap hijack that to me was like a intentional ploy that just killed hip hop.
Killed a lot of independent music and just real music. It was pretty much anything after that was just corporate cookie cutter.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that is coming full circle, and it's getting back to real expression and real music and real value.
Yeah, the grassroots movement for
Yeah,
sure. People can only handle so much bullshit before.
You can only handle it.
Yeah,
So I don't know. You're gonna take the red pill or the blue pill?
for real.
Yep.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for coming down and being a part of this and being a part of hip hop in Hawaii and being a pillar.
Hey, big up, Jasonix, and big up to the universe, Inside Out Universe, and everything you guys are doing with all the motivation and energy that you guys are doing. Big up on the block.
Thank you.
And thanks for having me here today. My respect to all you guys.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
You gonna give a shout out to anybody out there?
Bro, I want to give a shout out to all the humans out there, because not all people with 10 fingers and 10 toes are humans. So all my humans, aloha.
Shoots, that's what's up. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Real Talk Hip Hop Hawaii. I'm your host, Jasonix. Check us out next time. Aloha.